acquitted itself well. There were unexpected problems to be met, and they were overcome, as other problems were met and overcome in the course of the Second World War and the war in Korea. But nowhere in any action did any medical service of any army give more faithful support to its own and to the wounded enemy than the men of the Australian Army Medical Corps at that first battle of Bardia. War Correspondent, recorded by Robert Peach Productions, is presented for your entertainment by the Australian Army's Directorate of Public Relations.
And there we have it, War Correspondent, episode 85, and I hope that brought back a lot of memories for a lot of people. Next week we'll have another episode in our continuing story of If I Had a Talking Picture, and that'll be, I think, episode number 7. 27 minutes after 10 o'clock now on Southern FM 88.3.
The RSPCA Op Shop is located at the RSPCA Centre, 3 Burwood Highway, Burwood East, and it is open for business each day of the week between 10:30am and 3:30pm Monday to Saturday, and between 11am till 3pm on Sunday. Donations of clothing, books, records and bric-a-brac are always welcome to maintain a supply of items for sale. RSPCA is an independent, non-government, community-based charity providing services for the prevention of cruelty to animals. And if you can assist, contact Gwen Hay at the RSPCA on 808 5111.
1902 261 511. 1902.
If you're one of 2 million Australians with arthritis, you'll know it can really interfere with your life, but it doesn't have to. Call the Arthritis Foundation on
1902 261 511.
Thank you. And you can order a copy of the book A New Way of Life and start living well. That number again?
1902 261 511.
95 cents a minute. Call the Arthritis Foundation now and get your freedom back.
It's 28 minutes after 10 now, Southern FM 88.3, and at 11 o'clock tonight we have a little program called On Parade, which was recorded in the studios of 3UZ back in the 50s, and it's compared by the late Chris Christensen. 28 after 10, thanks for the memories, your program.
Hands, knees and bumps a daisy, I like a bustle that bends. Hands, knees and bumps a daisy, what is a bump between friends? Hands, knees, oh don't be lazy, let's make the party a wow. Now then, hands, knees and bumps a daisy, turn to your partner and bow, wow, wow.
Hands, knees and bumps a daisy, I like a bustle that bends. Hands, knees and bumps a daisy, what is a bump between friends? Hands, knees, oh don't be lazy, let's make the party a wow. Hands, knees and bumps a daisy, turn to your partner and bow, wow, wow.
Oh Johnny, how you can love. Oh Johnny, heavens above, you make my sad heart jump with joy. And when you're near, I just can't sit still a minute. I'm so, oh Johnny, please tell me, dear, what makes me love you so? You're not handsome, it's true, but when I look at you, I just, oh Johnny, oh. My too. Ma, this camping out's alright, but they can't cook like you. Ma, nobody makes my bed the way you used to do. For when the time comes to turn out the light, they don't tuck me in or kiss me goodnight. Oh, Ma, I miss your apple pie, but not as much as I miss you. For a while we must part, but remember me, sweetheart, till the lights of London shine again. And while I'm over there, think of me in every prayer, till the lights of London shine again. I'll keep your picture near me, a tender souvenir. Now hold me close and kiss me, and may God bless you, dear. Don't you cry when I'm gone. Wear a smile and carry on till the lights of London shine again.
How about that? That was, of course, the sound of Vera Lynn, Dame Vera, and a medley of wartime songs that we all know and love. News.
January 21st, 1941. The Tobruk defences are broken by Australians and British. February 19th, 1941. The Australian 8th Division lands at Singapore. April 6th, 1941. The Germans invade Greece and Yugoslavia. Large-scale Luftwaffe bombing of Belgrade. The British occupy at Addis Ababa in Ethiopia.
We did it before and we can do it again, and we will do it again.
We've got a heck of a job to do, but you can bet that we'll see it through.
We did it before and we can do it again, and we will do it again.
We're one for all and we're all for one. They'll get a licking before we're done.
Millions of voices are singing, singing as we march along. We did it before and we can do it again, and we will do it again.
We'll knock them over and then we'll get the guy in back of them.
We did it before, we'll do it again.
It's just re-queued itself. I do apologise for that. We'll try it one more time.
Sanford Hertz will create a sound...
No, not that one. So we'll... that's all very interesting. The CD machine just dropped into the next track. I thought it'll cue that up, but never mind. We'll get over it.
Yesterday, December 7th,
for you involving
1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. It will be recorded that the distance of Hawaii from Japan makes it obvious that the attack was deliberately planned many days or even weeks ago. The attack yesterday on the Hawaiian Islands has caused severe damage to American naval and military forces. No matter how long it may take us to overcome this premeditated invasion, the American people in their righteous might will win through to absolute victory. I ask that the Congress declare that since the unprovoked and dastardly attack by Japan on Sunday, December 7th, 1941, a state of war has existed between the United States and the Japanese Empire.
Believe it or not, he just likes her a lot. The silver linings in the sky. Pretty soon they're strolling out together. A new day has begun. Life is just a bunch of sunny weather, and troubles like bubbles go one by one. When a boy from Alabama meets a girl from Gundagai, all the world is in tune, and a sweet honeymoon will happen in the by and by.
Fred McIntosh, the man there, with Alice Smith, and a song called When a Boy from Alabama Meets a Girl from Gundagai, and there was a lot of that going on in those days. And before that one, we had a track which we were playing along, and it was going along very merrily, and all of a sudden just popped and cued itself on the next track, so I'm sorry about that. These things can happen. We Did It Before was the song, and We Can Do It Again. We did it before, and we can do it again. Clyde Lucas and his orchestra. 19 to 11. Thanks for the memory on Southern FM 88.3 is your program. If you're enjoying it, why not give us a call on 556 4466.
The Red Cross Mobile Blood Bank will be at the Moorabbin Town Hall on Wednesday, April the 26th from 9:30 till 3:30, and on Thursday, April the 27th from 9:15 to 3:15. The blood bank will be located on the second floor in the banquet room, and the town hall is at the corner of Nepean Highway and South Road, Moorabbin. Blood donors are always needed. If you have any inquiries, please ring 694 0300.
Every year, severe storms do millions of dollars worth of damage to property. Severe storms can happen anywhere, and they're very scary. Lightning, hailstones as big as golf balls, huge winds, rain in buckets. They can kill people. But there are things you can do and people to turn to. For free pamphlets on how to cope with severe storms, call your local state emergency service.
18 minutes to 11, and Matt, we've had some calls tonight.
Yep, I had a bit of a chat to Jan Simcoe.
Oh yes, Jan, lovely Jan. Hi Jan.
Bit of a regular listener.
She is indeed, she loves it.
Yep.
Likes the show too.
And Lynn rang in to her and Keith are listening in and enjoying the show. And David rang in.
Oh, David Wiseman, who'll be coming up after we finish at midnight, or after I finish at midnight.
Yeah, he's enjoying the show.
Right, that's good. Yeah. Excellent. And there's a few other people that rang in, which we thank them for their kind attention, don't we?
We do.
Okay. Why not become part of the Southern FM team? Become a Southern FM subscriber. Simply call the station now and we'll mail you an application form. A full subscription costs just $25 per annum, a non-voting subscription is $15, and a youth subscription for those under 18 years of age is $10. You'll receive program details and a regular newsletter, and you'll be able to take part in training courses in the various aspects of radio production and presentation. Call us now for an application form on 556 4466 and become part of the team at 88.3 Southern FM.
Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition, and we'll all stay free. Praise the Lord and swing into position. Can't afford to sit around and wishing. Praise the Lord, we're all between perdition and the deep blue sea. Yes, the sky pilot said it. You gotta give him credit, for a son of a gun and a gunner was he. Shout and praise the Lord, we're on a mighty mission. All aboard, we're not a-going fishing. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition, and we'll all stay free to see. Coming in on a wing and a prayer. Coming in on a wing and a prayer. Though there's one motor gone, we can still carry on. Coming in on a wing and a prayer.
What a show!
What a show!
What a
Fight.
Yes, we really hit our target for tonight.
How we sing as we live through the air. Look below, there's our field over there. With a full
This is the BBC Light Programme.
Until midnight, you're listening to Thanks for the Memory with Alex Hehr on the great southern sounds of Melbourne, Southern FM 88.3. Certainly are, and it's even time. It's 11 minutes to 11. You're on Southern FM, and your program, of course, Thanks for the Memory. We heard Victor Sylvester and his Ballroom Orchestra, a lovely tune called Tangerine, and then the Four Sergeant, and a W&G album from way back when called, what's it called? Oh, it doesn't matter, but anyway, it was War Songs, I think. Praise the Lord, and Pass the Ammunition, and of course they had that with Coming In on a Wing and a Prayer, and didn't we see some films of those in the documentaries and the newsreel shot of the warplanes returning after they'd been out on combat mission. Half of them had their tails and wings and that pieces shot off. So there you go. So hope you enjoyed those two tracks in our program this evening. And Matt, we had a call from Robert out at Preston.
Yeah, Robert rang in.
He's a regular listener, isn't he?
Yeah, he's picking up loud and clear out there. He's got a good reception tonight. So.
He has. He's hanging on to the clothesline out in the backyard. It's the one way that you can get really well. 10 minutes to 11 now. You're on Southern FM 88.3. It's the news time.
May 24th, 1941. The British battle cruiser HMS Hood and battleship Prince of Wales engage Bismarck and Prince Eugene at long range. Bismarck sinks Hood when a shell enters her magazine. July 3rd, 1941. Stalin calls for a scorched earth policy. December 7th, 1941. Pearl Harbor attacked by Japanese. Singapore bombed and the Japanese land in Thailand and Malaya.
Trinidad. They make you feel so very glad. Calypso sing and make up rhyme, guarantee you one real good fine time. Drinking rum and Coca-Cola, go down Point Cumana, both mother and daughter, working for the Yankee dollar. Oh, beat it, man, beat it. Since the Yankee come to Trinidad, they got the young girls all going mad. Young girls say they treat 'em nice, make Trinidad like paradise. Drinking rum and Coca-Cola, go down Point Cumana, both mother and daughter, working for the Yankee dollar. Oh, you vex me, you vex me. From Chickachickarry to Mona's Isle, native girls all dance and smile. Help soldier celebrate his leave, make every day like New Year's Eve. Drinking rum and Coca-Cola, go down Point Cumana, both mother and daughter, working for the Yankee dollar. It's a fact, man, it's a fact. In old Trinidad I also fear the situation is mighty queer. Like the Yankee girl, the native swoon when she heard her bingle croon. Drinking rum and Coca-Cola, go down Point Cumana, both mother and daughter, working for the Yankee dollar. Out on Manzanella Beach, GI romance with native peach. All night long make tropic love, next day sit in hot sun and cool off. Drinking rum and Coca-Cola, go down Point Cumana, both mother and daughter, working for the Yankee dollar. It's a fact, man, it's a fact. Rum and Coca-Cola, rum and Coca-Cola, working for the Yankee dollar. Candyman, hey Candyman.
Hello, it's David Wiseman here, the Candyman. I'm inviting you to join me here on 88.3 Southern FM every Monday morning between 12 and 2 a.m, where I'll be presenting my usual style of easy listening music. So why not join me every Monday morning between 12 a.m. and 2 a.m. here on 88.3 Southern FM.
Yes, the Candyman can, 'cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. Makes the world taste good. A Candyman, a Candyman, a Candyman.
What a difference a day made, 24 little hours brought the sun and the flowers where there used to be rain. My yesterday was blue, dear, today I'm part of you, dear. My lonely nights are through, dear, since you said you were mine. What a difference a day made. There's a rainbow before me. Skies above can't be stormy. Since that moment of bliss, that thrilling kiss, it's heaven when you find romance on your a day made, and the difference is you. My yesterday was blue, dear. Today I'm thought of you, dear. My lonely nights are through, dear, since you said you were It's heaven when you find romance on your menu. What a difference a day made, and the difference is you.
Pretty song. Paula Green and her orchestra. And the vocal by Paula there, What a Difference a Day Made. And before that, of course, the song Rum and Coca-Cola, presented by the Andrews Sisters. And an interesting, an aside to the story about that particular recording, the ABC in Australia couldn't play a vocal version because it had Coca-Cola, which is a brand name, in the title. So they had to play instrumentals. It's 2 minutes to 11. We have our program called On Parade coming up at 11. But I think what we might do is just play the next track, which is a lovely version of The White Cliffs of Dover from the organ, the dance band and me. And let's fit this in before our On Parade at 11 o'clock.
shepherd will tend his sheep, the valley will bloom again, and Jimmy will go to sleep in his own little room again. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover tomorrow. Just you wait and see.
That's a nice version of the song, isn't it? The group they call the Organ, the Dance Band and Me, and the White Cliffs of Dover. It's a minute after 11 o'clock. We're running a little bit late with our special, which is taking the place of the comedy tonight. And this is a program called On Parade, recorded at 3UZ in the early 1950s, and the compare's Chris Christensen. I hope you enjoy it.
Southern FM 88.3.
On Parade, 15 minutes of music in the modern manner, sweet and slow, light and bright, produced for your entertainment by the Directorate of Public Relations of the Australian Army. Featuring Laurie Wilson and the Hammond organ, backed by the On Parade Quintet. Earlier in this series, we mentioned the supplementary reserve units, which are units composed of technical specialists in various fields. In this program, I'd like to tell you something about two unusual units of this supplementary reserve. Both are part of the Royal Australian Engineers. The first we'll deal with is known as the 91st Forestry Squadron. But before we go any further, let's listen to our quintet play an old favorite, Tangerine. The 91st Forestry Squadron, Royal Australian Engineers, is possibly one of the most unusual units in the Army. Commanded by Major A.L. Banalick of the Victorian Forest Commission, this unit originally consisted entirely of men employed by the Forests Commission. However, in recent years, men from other branches of the timber industry have joined. The unit is unusual because its 50-odd members are scattered far and wide throughout Victoria, from the forests of Gippsland in the east to those of the Otway Ranges in the west. All members of the unit are in some way connected with timber. In war, their task is to provide the engineers with timber. Australian forestry units saw considerable service in the United Kingdom and the Pacific Islands during World War II. The 91st Forestry Squadron stands ever ready to meet the demand for this type of unit should the occasion arise. Well now, let's listen to our talented saxophonist Jimmy Allen as he plays Serenade in Blue. Thank you, Jimmy Allen. Our second unusual unit is the 31st Port Operations Squadron, which until recently was part of the Supplementary Reserve, but is now a citizen military force unit. This unit, as its name implies, is trained to operate a port, to handle the loading and unloading of ships, to operate inland water transport and wharf handling of cargo. Like all such units, there are others in Perth, Sydney and Brisbane. Its members are skilled in the various phases of shipping. All the senior non-commissioned officers are stevedores on the Melbourne wharves. All the officers have risen from the ranks, and this is a tribute to the enthusiasm of the men. We'll pause here for a moment while Arlene Forrest sings for us Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea.
I don't want you, but I'd hate to lose you. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. I forgive you, but I can't forget you. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. I ought to cross you off my list, but when you come knocking at my door, fate seems to give my heart a twist. I come running back for more. I forgive you, but I can't forget you. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea.
To get back to the 31st Port Operations Squadron, this unit has its headquarters at Williamstown on the shores of Port Phillip Bay and has a small regular Army nucleus. The OC, a CMF officer, is Major Bob Boland, who incidentally commanded numbers 31 and 33 port operation companies in World War II. When we went to see Major Boland, we were directed to the manager's office of the garage which houses the vehicle fleet of a Melbourne metropolitan daily paper. It came out in our chat that Major Boland has worked for this newspaper for 34 years and, unlike the rest of his unit, has never actually worked on port operation in peacetime. Nevertheless, his knowledge of port operating techniques is an inspiration to everyone in the unit. In addition to the handling of cargo and its associated techniques, the squadron uses a 40-foot workboat in association with the CMF Commando Company on the other side of Port Phillip Bay for waterborne assaults. Thus, the training of two units benefits by cooperative teamwork. Well, time's caught up with us again, but before we go, here's the quintet to play Varsity Drag. And that's all for this edition. This is Chris Christensen saying cheerio until the same time next week, when this program, produced by the Directorate of Public Relations of the Australian Army and recorded by AWA, is again on parade.
Your family will have international friends for life if you host a Southern Cross Cultural Exchange student. In July, August and September, students from countries including Brazil, France, Spain and Russia will arrive in Australia for 2 to 10-month durations. You could be meeting one at the airport. Southern Cross Cultural Exchange, a non-profit organisation, is looking for volunteer host families. Phone toll-free on 1800 500 501 to choose from a diversity of cultures and backgrounds. Let us help you experience your world, and in doing so help promote international understanding. Hope you enjoyed that lovely edition of On Parade with Chris Christensen, and lovely to hear Jimmy Allen too, who later went on, of course, to lead the Channel 7 band, the late Laurie Wilson, of course, and Chris Christensen died some years ago as well. Not sure about the lass who sang the song, but someone will let me know, no doubt, through the week. 16 after 11 on Southern FM, 88.3. It's time for On This Day. On this day in 1962, the biggest Ban the Bomb demonstration of over 150,000 people took place in London's Hyde Park. Also on this day in 1990, the American actress Paulette Goddard, who starred in Charlie Chaplin's Modern Times, died in Los Angeles. On this day in 1616, the well-known English playwright William Shakespeare died at his home in Stratford-upon-Avon at the age of 52. He entered the theatre as an actor and was soon engaged as a player by one of the foremost troupes of the day, the Lord Chamberlain's Men. The troupe was renamed the King's Men upon acquiring the patronage of His Majesty King James I. Shakespeare left a wife, Anne, and 2 daughters, Judith and Susanna. On this day in 1969, a Los Angeles jury decided that Sirhan B. Sirhan should be sent to the gas chamber for the murder of Robert Kennedy in June 1968. Earlier, the jury had rejected psychiatric evidence that portrayed Sirhan as a psychotic, mentally incapable of premeditated murder. Sirhan joined the other 80 men already waiting on death row in San Quentin prison. On this day in 1990, American professor Robert Polhill was released in Beirut after 39 months in captivity. His release raised hopes that more hostages held by Islamic fundamentalist groups may be freed. A call by Libya's Colonel Gaddafi for the release of all hostages had been seen as a sign of willingness on the part of the Lebanese kidnap groups to negotiate in earnest. Polhill, 55, was the first Beirut captive to be freed since David Jacobson was released in 1986. Now let's have a look at some of those people who were born on this day. The Russian composer Sergei Prokofiev was born in 1891. Canadian statesman, diplomat and Prime Minister Lester Pearson was born in 1897. Shirley Temple Black, the American child star turned UN ambassador, was born in 1928. And the Big O, Roy Orbison, American singer and songwriter, was born in 1936. It all happened on this day. It's 18.5 minutes after 11 o'clock now on Southern FM, 88.3. I'm Alex here with you through until midnight. I hope you're enjoying the program as much, and your phone calls tell me that, but I've spent a lot of time putting this program together and getting the balance just right, so I do hope that it's coming over that way. I'm enjoying the music. I love the music of the war years. I think it's marvellous. It's 19 past 11 now. You're on Southern FM 88.3, and here's some more music. Speaking of that, just before we have Al Bowley remembered tonight, and here's a lovely song called Room 504.
Perfect honeymoon alone with you in room 504. We turned the key in the door. We hadn't dared to ask the price. That kind of thrill can't happen twice. And who could bargain over paradise in room 504? The lovely night, the starlight above, the sleeping town below. And in the dark, you said, my love, the dearest things I know. We don't live there anymore, but still in memory I adore the sweetest room I ever saw. As seventh heaven on the old before, our room 504.
Tonight to introduce the Prime Minister, the Honourable John Curtin. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prime Minister.
Men and women of Australia, we are at war with Japan. That has happened because in the first instance, Japanese naval and air forces launched an unprovoked attack on British and United States territory. Because our vital interests are imperiled, and because the rights of free people in the whole Pacific are assailed. As a result, the Australian government this afternoon took the necessary steps which will mean that a state of war exists between Australia and Japan. We Australians have imperishable traditions. We shall maintain them. We shall vindicate them. We shall hold this country and keep it as a citadel for the British-speaking race and as a place where civilization will persist. Men and women of the Commonwealth of Australia, it is my solemn duty tonight to sound a tocsin. I proclaim a call unto you. I do it in the words of Swinburne. Come forth, be born and live, thou that hast help to give, and light to make man's day of manhood fair. With flight outflying the sphered sun, hasten thine hour, and halt not till thy work be done. God bless you all.
Johnny Wade.
All the world admires you, Red Cross nurse. Sacrifice inspires you, Red Cross nurse. In the darkest hour, you tend to our needs with a smile. You're a precious flower that makes our life worthwhile. How can we repay you, Red Cross nurse? Nothing can dismay you mid-war's curse. Like Florence Nightingale with spirit strong, you never fail when things go wrong. Good luck and God bless you, Red Cross nurse. Every day we read of gallant deeds, unselfish acts of heroes by the score. Yet somehow one seldom ever reads of the valor of those girls we all adore. So let me pay a tribute here and now to our nurses. They deserve it all, I vow. All the world admires you, Red Cross nurse. Sacrifice inspires you, Red Cross nurse. In the darkest hour, you tend to our needs with a smile. You're a precious flower that makes our life worthwhile. How can we repay you, Red Cross nurse? Nothing can dismay you mid-war's curse. Like Florence Nightingale with spirit strong, you never fail when things go wrong. Good luck and God bless you, Red Cross nurse.
And that was the late Johnny Wade. Johnny Wade singing there with the George Trevier Orchestra, recorded up in Sydney. And that was called Red Cross Nurse. And nice tune too. And Johnny Wade died about 2 years ago. He was driving taxis up in Sydney and passed away a couple of years ago. But a nice voice and some nice songs he recorded. 28 past 11, and shortly we'll have Old Bowley Remembered.
As a phone user, you now have access to the Telecommunications Industry Ombudsman, an independent office established to help settle any unresolved complaints or disputes you may have with your telephone company. The Telecommunications Ombudsman is a last resort free service for those telephone complaints that seem unsolvable. If you have a complaint, you can call the Ombudsman's office toll-free on 1-800-062-058. That's 1-800-062-058. An industry ombudsman for phone users.
Yes, and thank you very much for those good words of advice. You're on Southern FM 88.3. It's 29 minutes after 11. We've been running late all night, and we'll run early on this one for a change. Here's Old Bowley Remembered. We present Al Bowley Remembered.
Remember me
remember me. Just keep me in your memory.
And just before we have Al Bowley remembered, the first track, Jan rang in to send greetings to Bruce, the Count of Coburg. So Bruce, if you're listening, greetings to you. When You Wish Upon a Star, Al Bowley now with the Morris Winnick Orchestra, and they recorded this one in London on the 1st of March 1940, not long after the outbreak of the Second World War. And I guess this tune was something that they could aspire to and hope that this would all go away. Of course, we know that it didn't, and took some years for it to pass into oblivion. But hope springs eternal.
upon a star. Makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you. If your heart is in your dream, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star, as dreamers do. Fate is kind, she brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of their secret longing. Like a boat out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true.
That's nice. Morris Winnick's Orchestra and accompanying Al as they worked their way through When You Wish Upon a Star from 1940. Well, now to April 1941, and the war was responsible for the death of Al Bowley. On the 14th of April 1941, a German landmine dropped in Jermyn Street, London, right outside his flat. The shock wave blew in the door of his bedroom right onto him and killed him instantly. That was the fortnight after he recorded his final song. And ironically, his final recording was called When That Man Is Dead and Gone. He sings with Jimmy Messine, his partner at the time, the final recording made by Al Bowley a fortnight prior to his death.
When that man is dead and gone, when that man is dead and gone, we'll go dancing down the street, kissing everyone we meet. When that man is dead and gone, what What a day to wake up on. What a way to greet the dawn. Some fine day the news will flash. Satan with a small mustache is asleep beneath the lawn. When that man is dead and gone. Satan, Satan, oh top of land, dressed as a man, walking the earth, and since he began, the world is hell for you and me. But what a heaven it will be when that man is dead and gone. When that man is dead and gone. When they lay him 12 feet deep, I'll be there to laugh, not weep, when that man is dead and gone. What a day to wake up on. What a way to greet the dawn. Satan will take him by the hand to meet old Goring's Luftwaffe band when that man is dead and gone. When that man is dead and gone. Some fine day the news will flash. Satan with a small mustache is asleep beneath the lawn. When that man is dead and gone.
What a day to wake up on. What a way to greet the dawn.
When a certain man is dead and gone.
Join us again next time for another presentation of Al Bowley Remembered. (23 to 12), and that was Al Bowley Remembered, another two lovely songs from Al. Bruce rang up while that was on and says hi to Jan, so thanks for ringing, Bruce. Hope you're getting us loud and clear out there tonight in listening land. I'm with you for another 23 minutes, and then David Wiseman will be here to present his program through until 2 a.m, and he's got some nice music lined up as well. Speaking of nice music lined up, let's hear from Jimmy Dorsey and the orchestra, the vocalist Helen O'Connell, and they're having a dancing lesson. And they're having 6 lessons from Madame Lazonga.
Have you ever been embarrassed when you're in a smart cafe and they play a Cuban tempo? Is your dancing quite passé? There's a studio on Main Street over Tony's clothing store where a very small investment pays you dividends galore. 6 lessons from Madame Lazonga. You'll do the rumba and the new conga. 6 lessons in Madame's cabana, and you will imagine you're down in Havana. Her 4 Latin daughters will help you to start while finding the rhythm 6 lessons from Madame Lazanga, and you'll develop your hips and your knees. And say, by the way, if you're short, it's okay. If Madame likes you, the lessons are free. Gives you lesson 1, Chiquita gives you lesson 2, Madam gives you all the rest, and her lessons are the best. The Madam shows you how to walk, the Madam marks it with her chalk. When the Madam starts to squawk, it's her Cuban double talk. 6 lessons from Madame Lazanga, and you'll develop your hips and your knees. And say, by the way, if you're short, it's okay. If Madame likes you, the lessons are free.
There are over 1 million English-speaking adults in Australia who have problems with reading and writing.
If you're one of them, or if you know someone who finds it difficult to read and write, please make a note of this number, 1-800-02-1184. That's the Reading Writing Free Call Hotline.
It's never too late to learn to read and write. You can do it. You can do it at home, and it's free. Phone 1-800-02-1184 and find out how.
To know that thumbs are up in England, the sign that shows that everything's okay. The boys have brought a word back home to England, for over there they always used to say, put your thumbs up and say it's tickety-boo, 'cause tickety-boo means everything will be fine. You'll always wear a smile if you'll only say it's tickety-boo, tickety-boo, tickety-boo today. Put your thumbs up and say it's tickety-boo. We're going to show the world who's who. And this is how you end your little chorus. Thumbs up, tickety-boo, tickety-boo. Tickety-boo means everything will be fine. You'll always wear a smile if you'll only say, it's tickety-boo, tickety-boo, tickety-boo today. Put your thumbs up and say it's tickety-boo. We're going to show the world who's who. And this is how you end your little chorus. Thumbs up, tickety-boo, tickety-boo.
bit of a quick step there around the old dance hall during the war years. Tickety Boo, Harry Roy's orchestra with the vocal by Bill Curry, and a nice bright one. And then before that we heard Jimmy Dorsey's orchestra with Helen O'Connell, the vocalist, and they had 6 lessons from Madame Lazonga.
Buy 5-shilling national savings stamps and invest in the 4th Liberty Loan. Before you leave the theatre, ask at the foyer booth for a free booklet. Each page will hold 8 stamps, £2 worth. Use each page as a deposit or an installment on a 4th Liberty Loan bond. Back the attack.
It's 11:45 on Southern FM 88.3. And don't forget, at 12 o'clock, David Wiseman comes your way through until 2. We'd also like to remind you that Bob Horsfall will be on in the morning between 9 and 11 with Robin Collins. Bob was my very special guest for the first couple of hours this evening, and I found that very, very informative. So thanks, Bob, for your help in that regard. I know you're probably still listening to the show. Here now then is Glenn Miller moving along with the music, Glenn Miller's orchestra, Marion Hutton and the Modernaires, When Johnny Comes Marching Home.
Johnny comes marching home again, hooray, hooray. We'll give him a hearty welcome then, hooray, hooray.
All the men will cheer and the boys will shout, the gals dress up and they'll all turn out.
And we'll all feel gay when Johnny comes marching home.
Get ready for the Jubilee.
Hooray, hooray.
He'll get 3 cheers from you and me.
Hooray, hooray.
Uncle Sam will prove he's still the champ. He'll close up shop and break up camp.
And we'll all feel gay when Johnny comes marching home. When Johnny comes marching home. When Johnny comes marching home. When Johnny comes marching home.
Fans in North Africa have asked for the next number, which has been especially arranged for the Skyrockets by Ronnie Mills, On the Sunny Side of the Street.
Love is such a funny thing, you find it everywhere. There's so much of the stuff around, it's even in the air. Because I love a uniform above all other things, I looked around until I found a pair of silver wings. I fell in love with the airman who had big blue eyes. I used to watch him doing crazy things in the skies. We went for a spin way up in the blue. What happened there is my affair, and I'm not telling you. We flew around and round and round and loop the loop by heck. And when we straightened out, I wound up hanging round his neck. I fell in love with an airman who had big blue eyes, but I'm nobody's baby now. I used to watch him doing crazy things in the skies. He said I was sweet, ooh, my heart skipped a beat. He made such big advances that I had to retreat. He called me Little Raindrop, oh, he was so strong and tall. He wasn't worried 'cause he knew a little rain must fall. I fell in love with an airman who had big blue eyes, but I'm nobody's baby now. I used to watch him doing crazy things in the skies. He knew we must part. He said it's a crime. My little chickadee come up and see me sometime. He handed me a parachute. He showed me all the tricks. He helped me pull the string. That's how I lost my camouflage. I fell in love with an airman with big blue eyes. But I'm nobody's baby. I'm nobody's baby now. Oh, darling, the boy should have said she's nobody's baby then.
Right. Nobody's baby.
I'm nobody's baby. I'm nobody's baby now.
2-ton Tessie O'Shea it was, and I fell in love with an airman. And before that we heard the Skyrockets Orchestra, conducted by Paul Feneley, recorded at the Criterion Theatre in London in August 1944. And on the sunny side of the street, and opening up the bracket, of course, we heard Glenn Miller's orchestra, When Johnny Comes Marching Home, Marion Hutton and the Modern Airs. On Southern FM 88.3, it's 6 minutes to 12.
I love to spend each Sunday with you as friend to friend. I'm sorry it's through. I'm telling you just how I feel. I hope you feel that way too. Let's make a date for next Sunday night. I'm here to state 'twill be my delight to sing again, bring again the things you want me to. I love to spend each Sunday with you.
Taking us out tonight, Chick Henderson, Joe Loss, That Lovely Weekend.
My darling, here's my letter. I'm writing through my tears a few sweet words to thank you for lovely souvenirs. Memories you gave me still echo in my heart. I'll dream of them while we're apart. I haven't said thanks for that lovely weekend. Those 2 days of heaven you helped me to spend. The thrill of your kiss as you stepped off the train. The smile in your eyes like the sun after rain. To mark the occasion, we went out to dine. Remember the laughter, the music, the wine. That drive in the taxi when midnight had flown. Then breakfast next morning, just we two alone. You had to go, the time was so short. We both had so much to say. Your kit to be packed, the train to be caught. Sorry I cried, but I just felt that way. And now you have gone, dear, this letter I pen. My heart travels with you till we meet again. Keep smiling, my darling, and someday we'll spend a lifetime as sweet as that lovely weekend.
Well, it certainly has been a lovely weekend, concluding tonight with a lovely program of Thanks for the Memory. I do hope you enjoyed the 4-hour session. Stay tuned now for David Wiseman, take you through the wee small hours until 2 o'clock with some easy listening music, and I know you're going to enjoy it. I'll be back again, same time, same station next week, Southern FM 88.3, with another journey down memory lane on Thanks for the Memory. Until then, this is Alex Hehr saying goodbye now. Bye.
Sleep well, bad.